Head coach Jay Norvell returns off his best season yet, 8-5, 6-1 in the conference. He returns his quarterback, Brady Fowler-Nicolosi. Coming off a decent year, but they will rely on him more. 14 touchdowns isn't going to cut it in the Mountain West. It's not going to get you anywhere near where they want to be. Their schedule is tougher. They do have UNLV this year. They have Boise State. They have Hawaii, Washington. No cupcakes on the schedule. Can they produce? Can they evolve? Can they get back to a bowl-eligible season?
A team that I feel like benefited from Coach Prime in Colorado and all the hype around him, and you know, any team on their schedule gave Colorado their best game on the season. Colorado State was no different. You know, in-state rivals, 2-game matchup the past couple seasons, and every time they played the Buffaloes, it seemed like the rest of their season they just had a little more swagger to them. Up until last season, you know, Jay Norvell detractors were getting louder and louder, and they didn't know if he can put it together for the Rams. Sure enough, they go 8-5, 6-1 in the Mountain West Conference. Of course, they didn't play, you know, UNLV on their schedule. They didn't have Boise State on their schedule, but they played who they had in front of them, and they found success. Brayton Fowler-Nicolosi has really improved upon himself. They didn't require him to do too much last year. They ran the ball effectively. They relied on Avery Morrow to pound the ball and just allow Fowler-Nicolosi to make plays when needed. He had 2,700 yards passing last season, 14 touchdowns. He did have another 4 touchdowns on the ground. They're going to really require him to do a lot more this season. I mean, if he wants to put himself on the map as one of the best quarterbacks in the country and really on some draft boards, he's going to have to put up 20 plus touchdowns. Not only just to, you know, make a statement, but really to keep his team in the game this season. He sort of made a name for himself last couple of years going at it with Shedeur Sanders. Eyes on him really in the Mountain West as being one of the top quarterbacks. He's going to have to prove himself. He's going to have to put up those big numbers and really establish himself the way, you know, his demeanor is carried. Looking at this schedule for the Rams, starting off their season at Washington, Northern Colorado, they got UTSA, Washington State, at San Diego State, Fresno State. This first half, it's decent. We're definitely going to find out what the Rams are made of. I think that game against Hawaii will be a real litmus test to see just how effective they can be throwing the ball. At Wyoming, UNLV, at New Mexico, at Boise State. Finish off the season with Air Force. This schedule definitely suits itself for a lot of wins if they can return what they did 2024. For some reason, I just feel like this schedule is going to give them some trouble. I see them taking an L against Washington on the road, a win against Northern Colorado. I see them losing to UTSA at home. I see them losing to Washington State at home. I think they could beat San Diego State on the road. I could see them beating Fresno State at home and possibly beating Hawaii at home. From there, I got them winning Wyoming on the road, and from there, I see them start to fall apart a little bit. I see them losing to UNLV, getting a win at New Mexico, and then finishing out the year with losses against Boise State and Air Force. I just don't know how effective they'll be if they can't establish a running game the way they had last year, and really it's going to depend on Fowler-Nicolosi if he can air it out and find his guys for some big numbers. Looking at the floor and ceiling for Colorado State, they're a team that can sort of revolve back to the previous years, and I can see them winning 4 games, or you know, their ceiling, I can see them winning as much as 9 games and really competing to possibly getting to a Mountain West title game. But it's going to all fall back on the quarterback and what he's able to do now that he's the leading man. He's the guy to rely on